Hi, I'm interviewing attendees for the conference. Okay. Hello, I'm interviewing conference attendees. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, great. Come on over. It's just a quick video interview. It's one question. Are you a brain?
Am I a brain?
Yeah, are you a brain?
No.
You are not? Can you tell me what you are?
I can't actually. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
The comprehension of this question and the production of a response, what does that?
Comprehension of. Oh, okay. A brain?
A brain?
Oh, okay.
So it feels like I might
see
be
what you're
talking to a
saying.
brain.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Are you a brain?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Sure.
Very good, Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm interviewing conference attendees. Thanks. Hi, I'm interviewing conference attendees. Can I ask you guys a quick question? Hi, I'm interviewing conference attendees. Quick question. Are you a brain? Okay. Can you? Oh, no. Hi, I'm interviewing conference attendees. Do you have a moment? Okay. Is there anybody, I'm interviewing conference attendees. Is there anyone who would answer one question for me? Are you a brain? All right, very good. Hi, I'm interviewing conference attendees. Can I ask you a question? Hi, I'm interviewing attendees for the conference. Can I ask you guys a question?
Oh, no, sorry, I forget my
Thanks. Good luck. Thank you. Sir, I'm interviewing attendees for the conference. I'm interviewing a conference attendees. Can I ask you a question? Hi, I'm interviewing society members. Can I ask you a question? Thank you. Anybody? Are you a brain? Are you a brain? Are you a brain? Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Oh, great. Thank you. Hi, Tara.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I'm Eris.
Hi, Eris.
Can I have you?
Sure.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay, so here's the question. Are you a brain?
Well, I have a brain.
You have a brain.
Yeah.
And what produced that sentence? You know what? I'll just clip this to you so you don't have to worry about it. Can I do that?
No, no.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not going to stay long.
Okay, good.
Well, I'm a neuroscientist, and our brains observe our movement and how we experience the world and everything. But I wouldn't say we are only our brain. We're everything about it.
Okay, very good. And what produced this sentence and these thoughts?
Just myself.
Okay, not the brain.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much. I'm interviewing attendees to the conference. Can I ask you a question? Are you a brain?
Are we a brain?
Yeah, are you a brain, Gabrielle?
Yes.
You are? Okay,
Yes.
very good. A lot of people feel like that's reductionist. What do you think?
I think that's ridiculous.
Oh, I'm very excited about this.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Can I give you my YouTube channel so you can see this interaction in the other interviews?
Sure.
Great, excellent.
Gabrielle, don't you have a business card? Oh.
That's all right. Okay, great. So can you tell me about any heuristics or cognitive biases? Pitfalls of cognition?
Autism is not caused by Tylenol.
Okay,
Yes.
very good. That's an answer.
Yes.
That's an answer.
Sorry,
Excellent.
I'm an undergrad. I do not know a lot.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just encourage you to look up heuristics, cognitive biases, because if you're a brain and we have all this research about the errors that brains make, learn them.
Okay.
Okay, very good. All right.
Heuristic.
No. So we're gonna. Oh, yeah. Okay. So look up the channel first, and then I'll
Okay.
tell you how to spell heuristics.
Okay.
So the channel is CYLERIS.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Look that up, and then you'll be able to see the other interviews.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Very good. Thank you so much for your time, Gabrielle.
Thank you.
Or Gabrielle?
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle. All right. Very good. Thank you. I'm interviewing conference attendees. One question. It's all right. I'm interviewing conference attendees. One question. Yeah? Are you a brain? Okay. Very good. Sir? Yeah? Great. Awesome. Nikita, is that your name?
me, yeah.
All right. Very good. My name's Eris. Nice to meet you. Can I just clip this to your lanyard here real quick?
What is this for?
So we'll go on YouTube.
All
We've got
right.
250 subscribers, so you will be an overnight sensation.
Amazing.
Are you a brain?
I am a brain, yeah.
You are a brain. Oh my goodness. So what do you say to people who say that that's reductionist?
That being a brain is reductionist?
Referring to yourself, thinking of yourself as a brain is reductionist. That's what they say.
Well, I feel like your brain is the fundamental instrument towards that guides everything from
Yeah.
feelings to like love and affection
Yeah.
to emotions
Yeah.
to logical thinking. So I don't want to say it's very reductionist.
It's not, right? Okay, all right. That's great. Thank you very much.
Of
So
course.
left-hand
Left hand,
handshake.
yeah, I'm left-handed. So
Oh, that's perfect. Good. So let
Do you
me
need this
give
back?
you. Yeah, I'll take that back in a second. Let me just give you. So this is not up to date. I'm going to give you a card if I have one. I don't even have one. Can
That's
you pull out your phone? I'll give you my channel so you can see this interaction on there.
Sure.
Okay, very
Why
good. You
not?
can just note it.
What is your YouTube name?
CYLERIS.
Yep.
And then,
Solaris.
yeah, that's right. And then you want to look up the playlist SASI, SASI, and that's for self-awareness street interviews. I ask brains if they know that they're brains.
Very interesting. It's
Very
funny.
good.
This is a neuroscience conference.
That's why I'm
I know.
here.
Okay.
I'm
cool.
from Chicago. That's why I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
You follow the conference around?
Yeah,
or you
yeah.
also- Okay. that's
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, very good. All right,
Thank you.
Wait. One last question. Can you name some heuristics for cognitive biases?
Sure.
Awesome.
Well, one of the biases I study personally is that your schematic knowledge, so your previous knowledge about a certain context, like being in an office or an airport, actually distorts what information you remember while you're in an office or an airport.
Excellent.
So, for example, if you go into an office and you look around and then later are asked to recall what items you saw in an office, you might accurately recall things that belonged in the office and actually were there, such as, a book, a computer, like a desk, but you are more likely to also recall objects that weren't actually there. So
That you would expect to be there.
Yeah, so like pencil or like a pencil sharpener of sorts, but it actually wasn't in the office.
That's awesome. Do you have a card?
I do not have a card.
Okay, how can I get your information, an email
You want
address
my
or
email?
something?
I
Yeah,
can write
that's
it down
great.
for you, sure.
Okay, that's awesome. So I'm gonna try to, I'm figuring out as I move the best way to do it, and I figured it out. It's to write it down in this little notebook right
That's
here.
adorable. I love it.
Thank you
It looks
very
like it's 100
much.
years old.
It feels like it's 100 years old. It has had experiences. And what's really interesting about this is because I interviewed someone, Dr. Jamal Williams, who wanted to refer to himself as an immaterial set of experiences during the interview. And you are talking about these experiences, but they're very much neural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I believe, that all our experiences are neural. Now, it's not to say that, it's materialistic to feel those things. I'm not saying that there's an absence of soul or something. I feel like a lot of people claim that. Maybe there is, maybe there's not, but I just feel
What
like
if
you
we
need a
say
break
that?
for it.
What if we say that the soul is biological?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
Okay, very
personally.
good. Awesome. Thanks so much,
There you go.
Nikita. A pleasure.
Of
Thank
course,
you. All
thank
right, I'll
you.
send you an
Do you need
email.
my
Yes, I do.
microphone?
Absolutely.
I almost forgot about that.
Not passing out free microphones.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you. I'm interviewing conference attendees. One question. Gentlemen, I'm interviewing conference attendees. Are you brains? All right, very good. We'll do one more, maybe. Are you here for the conference? Oh, okay. Gentlemen, I'm interviewing conference attendees. One question. Are you a brain? Will you answer the question, are you a brain, on video? Sir, I'm interviewing conference attendees. Sir, I'm interviewing attendees for the conference. Can I just ask you one question on video? That's all right. Hi, I'm interviewing conference attendees. Hello, neuroscience interview. Neuroscience interview. Would you be willing? Neuroscience interview. Hi, can I ask you a question about the brain?
No, thank you.
Okay. Hi, sorry. Can I just ask one question about the brain? Are you a brain? Hello, can I ask one question about the brain? I'm interviewing attendees for the conference, for the society conference. It's okay. Can I ask you a question about the brain?
Sorry.
No problem. Hey, I'm doing an interview for attendees about the brain. Can I ask you one question about the brain?
Sure.
Oh, that's great. All right, we'll just right here. Thank you, and you'll be my last one right here. Okay, can I just clip this real quick to your lanyard?
Yeah, sure.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm from Chicago, so we're neighbors.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Milwaukee. Yeah.
Eris.
Eris. Nice
Yeah,
to meet you.
very good. So here's the question. Are you a brain?
Am I a brain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a brain in a vat. And the vat's the skull.
Excellent. What do you think about people? So I have two more questions. What do you think about people that call that reductive? And then also, can you list some cognitive biases or heuristics for me? So first, what do you think about people who say that that's reductive? Oh, sorry. What's your name? Joseph.
Joe. Yeah.
Joe. Very
Yeah, go
good.
by
Nice
Joe.
to meet you.
I don't think it's overly reductive. I think it's useful to think that way in some contexts, like for us
Okay.
that want to study disease. But I think the normal everyday person walking around on the street that should think of themselves as a brain? Probably not. No,
Okay.
it's just what's useful.
Okay. Can you name some heuristics or biases?
Most of them are just expectation biases, right? So, or confirmation biases, right? Like
The
they're
mother of all bias.
right. Most other ones just boil down to that and some other features.
Okay. Now, do you think that people would take more of an interest in the research that's been done about heuristics and fallacies and biases and so on if they knew that that research was about them, if they knew that they were brains?
Potentially. Actually, that's an interesting argument. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, right? You kind of see yourself as part of that and not separate from it, right?
Right,
You're
if
not
you
an
do.
exception, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But otherwise, you think of yourself as an exception. If you think of yourself as this like perfectly perceiving and interpreting soul that is sometimes misguided by this fallible brain.
True.
All right,
Yeah.
very good. Let me give you my channel so that you can see this interaction.
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
great. If you look it up, if you type it in,
Oh yeah.
yeah, the name of the channel, and then all right, that's great. My hand is shaking, so the video is not as good as normal, but that's all right.
What do you?
Yeah, great. Excellent. Cyleris, search. There it is. So then there's a playlist called Sassy, Self-Awareness Street Interviews, because I'm asking brains whether they know their brains and what they know about their function and fallibility.
Yeah. Perfect.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Joe.
Well, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I had one person, I was asking if we could, I was asking a group if we could do the interviews. One of the people asked me what the question was. I said, are you a brain? She looked at me confused. Of course I'm a brain. I don't understand the question. I said, let's just do this video. She said, no, not today, but I have to include that one in the record for sure. And let's also include, I was at an event last night with a research psychologist who looks at the dopamine levels and how that correlates to adolescent behavior, specifically drug use. He said that he is not a brain, that he is a person. It definitely took away from the conversation some food for thought, including when I pointed out that he had said at the beginning of the interview that he studies teenagers. Well, he studies teenage brains, and the dopamine system, bored, motivation, behavior, risk-taking, stuff like that, those are kind of pretty essential aspects of what we might call the soul. And so I said to him, it seems funny to me to distinguish between teenagers and their brains, people and their brains, when you're studying brains and talking about such central aspects of people. And he said, oh, yeah. So I was just editing that, and I remembered another thing from that interview. And people have mentioned the microbes in the body before. And so this research psychologist that looks at dopamine, the guy I was just talking about, he says that we have all these microbes contributing to our cognition somehow, participating in this biology, and I'm trying to indicate the whole body, and it's all connected to at least some extent, and so all that gut bacteria, you change the gut bacteria and that will have an effect on brain activity. And so he says, what if the microbes have tricked you into thinking that you are a brain, but really, or maybe separate idea, something about them really being the ones in control. I think there are aspects of it. First of all, my impression, my opinion, a whole lot of evaluation, at least system 2 evaluation, is that what he said didn't make a lot of sense. It depended on the assumption that we still need to figure out what you are, what you is. But my speaking, and of course this should have, well, whatever. This is something that I realized recently. You notice that all of a sudden in my interviews, I'm saying this to everybody. Or I'm using sort of this approach with everybody. My speaking proves what I am, okay? I'm not this whole thing. I am the thing that is speaking. I mean, I am also, well, not, the speaking part of me isn't also the non-speaking part. But because there's more interconnectedness here than there is like between here and other stuff, but there's more intraconnectedness than interconnectedness, I guess. And you know what? We're not going to get into right brain consciousness, left brain verbal consciousness, and all that. The point is that this is me, and the microbes may have tricked. I'm not the soul in this body. The microbes may have tricked the soul into thinking that it is me. But I don't think the microbes have tricked me into knowing I'm me. And what I asked him was, or I said, I said the reason that I don't think so is because we have scans, we have imagery of sentences like these being produced by the brain. Gosh. And it's like, it just feels like we're overcomplicating everything. And I guess we really are. It's just mental gymnastics to not see ourselves as minds. And that's another funny thing, is the way that some people will talk about soul versus mind. And then, so some people think of like the soul, consciousness, mind, the person as like a thing, and then the brain as another thing. Other people think of sort of the soul and person as a thing, and the mind and brain as a thing. It's just, and I feel like in some conversations, there will be some shifts in which word is the same as, is synonymous with which word. Anyway, so I said to him, yeah, maybe, except, well, no, because there's all this, research evidence that that brains are what verbalize. And I very much identify with these verbalizations. So whatever's doing that is me. Which I guess there's an assumption there, maybe. And I said to him, oh, unless the microbes also tricked the researchers. And he found that unlikely, that they had tricked the researchers running the fMRIs, or I guess also tricked the fMRIs, or just really messed with the researchers so much they like recolored the scans. I don't know, man. But that was a stumper for him. And maybe no, let's not be sarcastic. So I just did another one. They didn't want to be recorded, but so I said, I have one question. Are you a brain? He said, like, what do you mean? In what sense? In what context? I said, like, in the context of the skull. I had to think long and hard about how to answer that. He said, I have a brain, immediately in response to that. I'm not immediately in time, but immediately in sequence. I said, okay. I asked if I could follow up. He said I could. I said, what produced that sentence? I have a brain. He said, what do you mean? Like figuratively or literally or scientifically, something like that. I said literally, actually, really. And I kept thinking about saying materially, but I don't think I did. I think I decided against it because I didn't want to limit it. He said, well, no, he took his time. Yeah. So Sarah and the gang were in front of me, and Sarah like looks back to see if he was still there because it was just silence. She was like, oh, okay. Mom's talking about how there's a countdown for the crosswalk, an audio thing. Anyway, he says, The brain. I think exactly the way I had asked it, or maybe a little more accurately, was, what produced the message? Maybe what prepared and produced? I'm not sure. The message, I have a brain. Thought long and hard about it. The brain. A lot longer than that. Now, this reminds me of something, which is that my mom was saying, it's not a simple question, it's a complicated question. I said, no, it's a simple question, even if it's not an obvious one, or the answer isn't obvious. Still a simple question. It's a simple yes or no equality. Is you equal to brain, or is it equal to something that you've never seen before, or that's never been measured? And here's the thing. Really, she was concerned because that sounds unfair, insulting even, to say, to be showing how people struggle with a simple question. But it's only insulting if you assume that we, quote unquote, have intelligence, right? As though it's some binary thing, sentience, intelligence, awareness, capacity for rationality, all these things. If you have those illusions about the self, then it's going to be insulting that you can't handle a simple question. But if you don't, like I don't, me the person saying it's a simple question, if you don't have any issues, I don't know why I'm still. I think we should move everything to one side so that Sean can put his suitcase in. If you don't assume that, then, that should be good. Then, it's not insulting. I believe that you are a bunch of cells, a network that evolved to, reproduce and run from mammoths, or, I don't know, that's not right. But, something. So I don't have any expectation that you'd be able to, I know I do. But also you understand the point that I'm trying to make. That's why it's not, hold on, just give me 2 seconds. Can you guys just give me 2 seconds? I'm recording right now. That we are, that's not to be expected, that we do that. And that's it, I forgot. All right. Okay, let's see if we... Anybody might be... Excuse me. Are you here for the conference? No. Okay. Society for Neuroscience. Could I interview you? Okay, great. All right. So it's a video interview. Is that all right? Sure. Okay, awesome. So I'm a philosopher of, I'm going to pop this on you. Excellent. So I'm a philosopher of neuroscience. And so I take it as, sorry, I'm going to adjust this, as part of my work to find out what people think about the brain, what they know about it. Yeah. Okay, great. So who do I have here with me?
Manny Perez.
Hello, Manny. My name's Eris. Nice to meet you.
Nice.
Can I?
Sure.
Great.
Hi.
What's your name?
Adriana Perez.
Adriana Perez. Okay, the lovely couple. Very good. Excellent. Okay, so you guys, I told you that the Society for Neuroscience annual meeting is in town. So what I've been asking people is, are you a brain?
So you're in that right now?
I am a body with a brain.
You are the body?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. What do you know about the brain? What do you think it's responsible for? What does it do?
Yeah, it's in charge of logic, emotion.
Okay. Logic,
Hormones.
emotion, hormones.
It's the powerhouse in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What about speaking, communication?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Movement.
So, movement, very good. So, you are a body. And so when you do this, for instance, that's the brain that made you do it. So you're the body and the brain made you do it.
Yeah.
You don't have the feeling that you chose to do it? That you commanded that movement?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do, right? So maybe you're the commander. Maybe you're not being commanded by the brain. What if you're the brain?
No, now we're talking about the soul then.
Okay. What if the soul, because I know it feels nice and magical when it's sort of just a word, but what if I tell you we've discovered the soul and we're studying the soul, and that's the field of neuroscience, that the soul is a biological thing. You told me emotion, right? That's a soul thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you also said that's a brain thing.
Yeah.
Logic, that could be maybe a soul thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said that was a brain thing.
I think there's an immaterial reality that we can't fully study, maybe in an empirical sense.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say maybe you can see the brain firing off certain emotion, but
Yeah.
we can't necessarily read thoughts on that sense.
Not yet. We don't have the technology. That's right. But we can kind of see them happen. There's these experiments that showed that they had the subject say when they made a decision, and we could see the decision they made in the brain scan before they said that they had made a decision. Is that interesting?
Well, like explain it a little bit more.
Yeah, okay. So they put the subject in a brain scanner. It doesn't matter. The fMRI is what it's called. And they say, okay, there are 2 points on the screen, because there's a screen in the scanner. Choose one of these 2 points, for instance, and tell us when you've chosen one of the 2 points, okay? And I don't know the details of how they did it such that you would I think it was like something was on the screen, you have to say what you were looking at when you made the decision, okay? But the scientists saw the decision that you made 250 milliseconds, so a quarter of a second, before you report or think that you made the decision.
Between those two.
Yeah, exactly. So the scientists, a quarter of a second before you decided the point, knew the point that was decided. Or before you think you decided it. Or before you think you decided it. Is that interesting?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because there was only 2 options. So
Yeah.
How accurate was it every time? And like, let's say if they were accurate every time.
Yeah.
Or it's like, all right, I'm picking between A and B,
Right?
but you didn't read my thought in the sense of like, did you read the thought of what this person was feeling during this
Okay.
situation?
Right.
Maybe the skepticism that they were experiencing. or
Okay.
those
Yeah.
kinds of things.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing. Okay. So you mentioned the word empiric, which is great. My name's an acronym, ERIS, ERIS. First word is empiricism. Okay. So empiricism, that's cool. Do you have an empirical reason, evidence to say that we can't study the soul empirically?
So I have an empirical
Yeah, because I think that we feel compelled to see ourselves as immaterial, even if there's no evidence for that. So I'm wondering, but maybe you have evidence for that.
Yeah. So wait. So I guess I would ask you. So what is the evidence for us studying empirically?
So I think that the soul is a brain, right? And here's the reason I think that. It all started in 1848. This guy is working on the railroad, metal goes through the front of his brain and his personality changes a bit, okay? Then doctors did a bunch of other... Sorry, and thank you so much for doing this with me, Manny. Yeah. All right, so we'll try to wrap it up. So,
Maybe like
I'll go to Adobada, Buenos Aires.
okay, so and then doctors started noticing that when they had patients who were like weird, like they couldn't speak, for instance, once that patient died, they'd open up the patient and they would see damage to a certain part of the brain. For instance, here, a speech production, right? And it's named Broca's area because that's the name of the doctor who had a patient who couldn't speak and then found that. And so we very consistently see that when you damage a particular part of the brain or a network, we see the corresponding damage to like the personality, to the self, to the soul. I also know that if I stimulate, I just want to touch so you know where I'm, right here is the temporal parietal junction is what it's called. And if I stimulate that, you will have an out-of-body experience. You will report that you are now hovering above your body, okay? If this part of your brain is damaged, you will no longer have visual processing or a conscious experience of your visual processing. So since 1848, we've seen over and over again a correlation between damage to the brain and damage to the person. So that's my evidence.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think about that?
Yeah. No, I definitely think about that. And I get that. Because neurologically, I would say we're different from animals, right? They have a nervous system.
I would disagree that we're different from animals.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, I think that we are on the same spectrum that animals exist. We just have a more complex nervous system. So like if you compare a dog brain, for instance, to a human brain, massive difference in size.
Yeah, which I Which I agree.
Okay.
So it's a lesser nervous system.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah. So
exactly.
I agree.
So the difference between us can be accounted for in the complexity of the nervous system.
And that's in that sense, yes. But maybe one of the things explaining it. So the question was, how do I explain?
How do you justify your belief that the soul needs to be immaterial and can't be studied scientifically?
Yeah.
And these are
Yeah. So maybe where do morals come from?
morals. We evolved to do things that were sort of beneficial toward our survival and the survival of our community. And those morals are kind of programmed into how the neurons are arranged. So for instance, if I damage what's called the ventral medial prefrontal cortex right here.
Oh, I want to keep talking, so I just want to let's just
Okay,
paint it.
absolutely. And I don't want you to feel pressured to keep talking.
No,
I mean, you're a man who knows where you're. Okay, very good. All right, excellent. Do you want to pause? And I'm going to find out where my group is, and we'll reconnect in a moment. All right, very good. Thanks very much. I'm just going to grab that. Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Adriana. Thank you. Oops, sorry.